Hi, I'm Glenn Taylor, and this is the Business Makers Show. My guest today, Danny Gavin, founder of Optidge Internet Marketing and a professor of Internet Marketing at the University of Houston. Danny, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Glenn, for having me.
Great. So tell me about Optidge.
So Optidge is an internet marketing agency that we focus and help small to medium-sized businesses in Houston and the surrounding areas, and we go even nationally.
So what differentiates Optidge?
So what differentiates us from all the other internet marketing agencies out there is the fact that we can provide the level of service that a large agency can give you. However, we're small enough that we pay attention and we're there to really go into your company and integrate and help you with all the fine details. In addition, the fact that I'm able to teach at university, it keeps me up to date with all the latest and greatest, and I'm really able to give that over to my clients.
Yeah, absolutely. And tell me, what do you think are some of the biggest challenges companies have with digital marketing?
Well, a lot of companies, they don't even know where to start. And they also don't know what they're getting themselves into. You know, a lot of people think it's a set it and forget it model.
Yeah.
But really getting into internet marketing, you have to be involved. I always look at working with an agency as a partnership. It can't just be like, hey, guys, can you go do this for me? But it's really about, finding the strengths of the agency, finding the strengths of the company, and then working together as a team in order to come out with that outcome.
Okay, and take me back a bit. How did Optidge get started?
So Optidge started while I was doing my MBA at the University of Houston. At that time, when you get your MBA, you think that you're going to get this six-figure salary at this big company, and for me that never came. However, I got a really good internship at a large e-commerce company here in town called blinds.com, and that kind of springboarded me to get into the world of internet marketing. And I took a couple classes where I worked with real-life companies, and they like me, I like them, and that's when it all started. So I like to say the story. My wife and I, we were sitting on the couch trying to come up with a name, and we were thinking about optimization, because that's a big part of internet marketing, and then the concept of bridge, where we're trying to bridge that gap between people who are trying to get business online, and that's kind of optimizing and bridge. Put it together, you get Optidge.
If there are entrepreneurs out there, small to medium-sized companies, who are wanting to get started with digital marketing and make sure that their presence is known in the online space, what should they be thinking about?
So I think number one, they need to think about content. It's so important that you have the content on your website which discusses the problems and needs of your potential customers. A lot of people look at a website as a brochure.
Yeah, digital business card.
Exactly, where it's just a bunch of bullet points. But in truth, your website needs to carry a wealth of knowledge and information, because that's the only way that Google knows, okay, interesting, you talk about this, that, and then they'll show your website for those things that people are searching for.
So the content strategy is really key. How does that balance with just more kind of pushed advertising, content versus advertising?
So I think you kind of have to keep both in mind, especially nowadays. We can give Facebook as an example, where Facebook is a platform where you can post things for free, but in order to get that reach and to get people to actually see everything, you do have to pay money as well. So it's kind of a partnership. You have to have good content, but it's not enough just to have that content. Often you need to pay to play.
So what do you recommend in terms of where people should start, or maybe the mentality they should take to kind of dissolve the overwhelm feeling?
So I think number one, people have to realize that they don't have to be everywhere and do everything. It's important to take one or two things, whether it's writing a blog post once a week or once a month even, but it's about being consistent and really taking care of that platform. I'd rather you take one platform or one internet marketing concept and work on it really well than spread yourself thin over a couple of areas. Because imagine going to a company's Twitter page and the last time they tweeted was 5 years ago. That's not going to give a good representation. I'd rather you have no Twitter account than one that's not active. You
told us a little bit about what Optidge looks like today. Where do you see the company growing in the future, say 5 years from now?
So until now, I've grown very organically. As you do good work for one company, another company finds out. So I think that, and that eventually happens exponentially, right? So, right now we've got I have 3 full-time employees in the United States. I have a couple employees in India, And I see that in the next couple years, we're going to grow. You have the challenges of finding new office space and company culture and all those sort of things. But the beautiful thing is I've seen a lot of blessings in what I do. And I think as long as we stay on the path, things will grow and we'll be able to help more people.
Well, thanks for sharing your story, Danny.
My pleasure.
And that wraps up my discussion with Danny Gavin, founder of Optidge. And this is the Business Makers Show.